Pierre, Natasha, Evan Hansen, and the Great Comet of 1812. Now I can tell you who's not gonna win the Tony. Amelie, Anastasia, Warpaint, Bandstand, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Bronx Tale the Musical. What even is that? But you know who else isn't gonna win? Groundhog Day. Also, Come From Away. Now none of this is because of quality. Everybody in the cast and crew did a great job. It's not personal. It's just business, baby. But actually, award shows like to give awards to important things. Which is good, although it depends on which thing you think is more important. Groundhog Day and Come From Away are not going to win the Best Musical Tony. That's it. Sorry. Unless they do and I'm wrong, that would be embarrassing. Both of them getting nominated is kind of like a courtesy. You know when Hamilton got like 18 nominations, was it? It was like way more than anyone. And then every other musical that year was like, well, here's a nomination. Sorry, pal, picked the wrong year to be produced. Sorry. Like, this nomination is your participation prize. It's not because you're bad. It's just because you're less important than the important one. Sorry. This happens every year, in every award show, probably. First of all, Groundhog Day is a traditional book musical. That's just it. It's fun. It may very well have a nice life in community and educational theater, but, like, what is the impact that's bringing? Like, Groundhog Day was not the gift to 2017 that we all needed. Was Come From Away? I don't know, maybe. I don't know if it's really the one we wanted. And Come From Away is about something that is tangentially related to New York City, and it's like a nice story, but it maybe would have been better as a documentary. It's a nice thing to know that in these troubled times, humans will look out for each other and can form a caring community out of nothing, and will do so just freely of their own accord. But whatever, nobody's expecting those two to win. Great Comet, dear Evan Hansen. Here's the thing. Somebody in the comments was like, you know, I feel like they won't give it to Great Comet because they don't think they can tour it. And I don't know about that. Great Comet has been at places that are not even theaters. It's been in the meatpacking district, and they basically did what they're doing now in that space. They just built it up out of nothing. Oh, by the way, they're winning for set design. Like, nothing else would make sense. They're also winning for costumes, because nothing else would make sense. Plus, you have musicians as actors. You don't have an entire orchestra that you have to shuffle around the country. They're ingrained in the cast, and that probably saves them, like, a butt ton of money. And if they can transport huge shows like Phantom of the Opera, Les Mis, Wicked, whatever, they can do it with Great Comet. Any four of these shows could be taken on tour. Remember earlier when I was like, award shows like to give awards to important things? Well, with the Tonys, that's true, but also they like to give awards to things that will help them continue to be financially sustainable. It's different from the Oscars, because in the Oscars, a film like Moonlight can win without being a major summer blockbuster, because that's its own sort of genre in film, because of the way the industries work. The Oscars can have like a big summer blockbuster season and also a small, independent, almost entirely drama-driven award season. And they can do that because once you put a movie out there, it's done. People can go see it in the theaters whenever they want, and when it comes out on DVD, they can watch it whenever they want. Broadway is if, like, you had to sustain the summer blockbuster for several years. Like, that was the goal. It would be like if they were still showing the Avengers. So, the Tony Award people want to drive tourists and ticket buyers, whoever they may be, into just a handful of shows. They concentrate on just, like, maybe one or two. Because when people come on their trip to New York City, they want to see a show. And usually, it's like a spectacle. And some people may bemoan that fact, myself included, but it's actually totally understandable, and what else would you expect them to want? You've been planning this trip forever, and you know everywhere you want to go sightsee, and you're like, I want to go see a Broadway show, and maybe you don't want to come back to your friends and be like, yeah, I saw this, quiet little understated tale, It was really touching, and yeah. But compare that to going to see a big thing where you can come back and it's like, oh my god, you guys, they landed a helicopter on stage. For better or worse, spectacle is part of the industry we're in.
Oh, look, honey, a chandelier fell from the ceiling. Oh, look, honey, wow, they're cats. Oh, look, honey, that lady's green.
Now here is the huge advantage that Great Comet has. It is a spectacle because of the design of it. You go in and it's this big immersive experience. Everybody's in these awesome, intricate Russian costumes that are period but also modernized. They serve you vodka? How does that even work? And the light fixtures and everything, it's amazing to go into. Not to mention, everything in the plot is happening around you. In a word, it's freaking cool. However, what Great Comet has over pretty much any comparable spectacle musical that I can think of, yeah, I can't think of any more. Well, okay, maybe Les Miserables. It's actually like a piece of art instead of a piece of shit. If you follow Pierre's storyline, you can come away from it pondering about life and philosophizing, having gained some new perspective on the world. In short, it has both. Artistic merit plus commercial value. Boom. Dear Evan Hansen has... I'm not sure what. Sure, it's going to connect with young people, but young people are not necessarily the people who have money to go spend on a Broadway show. So, even though it does have the socially relevant part of it. And that's why I still consider it to be one of the two forerunners. But the Tonys kind of need to dump all their eggs in one basket just to make sure that one of them succeeds. And it kind of seems like they've chosen their basket already. Great Comet has 12 nominations, Dear Evan Hansen has 9. And 3 may not be a big difference, but 12 is a lot of nominations for one show to have. Plus, Josh Groban. Plus, they managed to turn a musical adaptation of War and Peace into a lit AF musical that people want to go see. Give Dave Malloy a Tony. Now. Is it Malloy? I don't know. This is not to say that Dear Evan Hansen won't win in some categories. I think they'll probably split it up between Great Comet and Dear Evan Hansen. Just everything in general. So to just say it concretely, yeah, I think Great Comet's gonna win Best Musical. Ben Platt is going to win Best Actor. Dear Evan Hansen will win Best Book. And if Great Comet doesn't win Best Score, I will light myself on fire. Oh wait, but Pasek and Paul did write La La Land and are kind of like known musical theater names as opposed to Dave. So maybe not? Tell me who you think is going to win what in the comments. There's a new video every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, except this week where there's a new video each weekday because it's the Tonys. Anyway, I'll see you next time, which will be shortly. Bye.